Welcome! I appreciate you that you keep practicing to get a good understanding. We need to solve the equation here, and our variable x is under the square root, and we have 3 square roots here. When we see parentheses, we may want to use the distributive property. If we use the distributive property, our left side may look a little bit complicated, so let's keep looking. Our big problem is x inside the square root. To get x out of the square root, we need to raise both sides to the second power. But when do we do that? The first step tells us that we need to isolate the square root. If more than one, pick which one to isolate. We have 3 square roots going on here. And it looks like the square root on the right is already isolated. There is nothing going on around it. So let's square both sides to take this expression x minus 5 out of the root. So square root of 3 squared times, you see, we have multiplication here, so take each step carefully. Square root of 2x minus 5 squared is equal to, and when we square the square root, we get the expression under it. So it will be equal to x minus 5. So you see, we got rid of the root on the right. Very good. Now let's work on the left side. Square root of 3 squared, what is it? So let's do it. Square root of 3 squared. It means square root of 3 times square root of 3, which is square root of 9, which is 3. So square root of 3 squared, it is 3, or it's the number underneath it. So 3 times. And here I'm going to use the distributive property. If you remember the formula for perfect square trinomial like a squared minus 2ab plus b squared, go ahead and use it. And I'm going to just use the distributive property. Very good. So square root of 2x minus 5 times square root of 2x minus 5 equals x minus 5. You have to be careful at each step, because once you make a mistake, it will be hard to find it. So do things slowly. So 3 times square root of 2x times square root of 2x will be 2x. Square root of 2x times negative 5 will be negative 5. Square root of 2x. Very good. Negative 5 times square root of 2x will be negative 5 square root of 2x. Okay, and negative 5 times negative 5 will be positive 25. Very good. I love it. And on the right, we have x minus 5. Very good. And if you are ahead of me, good job. Keep moving forward. Now, on the left, we have to multiply everything by 3, right? Oh, hold on. Here we can consolidate, right? Let's do it. Let's make things neater. Very good. So wait to multiply by 3. So let's wait. 3 times, so in parentheses, we're still in parentheses, 2x, negative 5 square root of 2x minus negative 5 square root of 2x. We can put them together, will be negative 10 square root of 2x. Very good. Plus 25. Very good. Equals to x minus 5. Very good. Now, only now we multiply everything by 3. 3 times 2x will be 6x. 3 times negative 10 will be negative 30 square root of 2x. 3 times 25 will be plus 75 is equal to x minus 5. Let's look where our x is. Our x is under the root, and the other x is free. So it looks like we need to raise both sides to the second power again to get the x out of the root. But when do we do that? When the root is isolated. It means we need to get rid of 75, bring it to the other side, and get rid of 6x, bring it to the other side. Yes? So let's do that. We are taking 6x to the other side as negative 6x, and we are taking 75 to the other side as negative 75. In America, you will subtract 6x from both sides, and you will subtract 75 from both sides. So let's do it. So we have negative 30 square root of 2x, and on the other side, we will have x minus 5 minus 6x minus 75, right? Very good. Now, let's combine x and negative 6x and negative 5 and negative 75. Very good. Negative 30 square root of 2x is equal to x minus 6x will be negative 5x. Negative 5 minus negative 75 will be negative 80. If you're ahead of me, you're doing a good job. Do things you're comfortable with so that you can strengthen your confidence in math. Look, we have 3 negatives here. Let's get rid of the negatives. Now look, I can see that 30 is divisible by 5 and 80 is divisible by 5. Let's divide both sides by negative 5. We will get rid of all these negatives and we will get the numbers smaller. Negative 30 divided by negative 5 is positive 6. Square root of 2x is equal to negative 5 divided by negative 5 is positive 1, so we will have x. Negative 80 divided by negative 5 is plus 16. Much nicer, much nicer. In order to isolate the square root, I would divide both sides by 6, right? So that the root is totally isolated. But if I do that, I will end up with fractions. I don't like fractions, they make things complicated. So I'm not going to divide by 6. 6 is positive, the root, square root of 2x is already isolated, so I'm going to raise to the second power again in order to get this x out of the root. Is this video helping you? If it is, smash the like button so I know it helped you. I want to acknowledge God. He helps me explain in a way that is understandable. My husband helps with editing my videos. And you're following your dreams and goals. Difficulties will be there, but you are overcoming them. So keep up the good work. So what do we do here? We are raising to the second power. Be careful here. 6 squared is 36 times square root of 2x squared. It will be 2x. So be careful. And here I'm going to use the distributive property. If you remember the formula a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, go ahead and use it. Very good. So x plus 16 times x plus 16. Very good. Now I'm going to just use the distributive property. Let's do it. 36 times 2x will have 72x is equal to x times x is x squared plus x times 16 is plus 16x. Now right here, 16 times x is plus 16x. And then be careful, 16 times 16 is plus 256. We can put 16x and 16x together. It will give us plus 32x. So let's do it. We have 72x is equal to x squared. And then look here, 16x plus 16x will give us plus 32x plus 256. Very good. It looks like we have a quadratic equation here, right? No more roots. I'm so happy about it. So we want to have 0 on the left, right? Because all our stuff is on the right. So it means we're going to take 72x and bring it to the other side as negative 72x. So we will have 0 here. And then x squared plus 32x plus 256 minus 72x. Very good. So we have 0 is equal to x squared. 32x minus 72x will have negative 40x plus 256. Okay, what do we do next? We need to factor this trinomial, right? How do we do that? We'll look at 256. What numbers we multiply together to get 256? Just grab a calculator and start picking numbers. For example, 256. If I divide it by 2, I will get 2 times 128. That is totally off, because 2 plus 128 will not give me negative 40. So I need to get negative 40. It means my two numbers have to be negatives. So I need to keep trying different numbers. How about I divide 256 by 8 using a calculator? So 256 divided by 8 will be 32. And it looks like 8 plus 32 will give me a 40. But I need negative 40. So I will use negative 8 times negative 32. So we have 0 is equal to, set up the parentheses, x minus 8 times x minus 32. Okay, setting each parenthesis to 0. So x minus 8 is equal to 0 and x minus 32 is equal to 0. Solving it, taking negative 8 to the other side as positive 8. In America, you will add 8 to both sides. So x becomes 8. Here, we take negative 32 to the other side as plus 32. In America, you will add 32 to both sides. You see, in each country it's different. Pick your way that you're comfortable with. X becomes 32. These are only possible solutions. So when you have a square root equation and you are raising both sides to the second power, this method can produce solutions that may not check out. So you must check. So let's go and check each solution. First, let's check x is equal to 8. So we are plugging in 8 where we see x. Very good. And let's see if the left side is equal to the right side. So square root of 3 times square root of 2 times 8 minus 5. Is it equal to square root of 8 minus 5? Very good. Now we're just doing the calculation. Square root of 3 times 2 times 8 is square root of 16 minus 5. Is it equal to 8 minus 5 is 3, so we'll have square root of 3. So square root of 3 times square root of 16 is 4, so we have 4 minus 5. Is it equal to square root of 3? Square root of 3 times negative 1 is definitely not equal to square root of 3, because we have negative square root of 3, because we took this negative 1 up front, is not equal to square root of 3. So the solution x is equal to 8 is a false solution. We do not take it. It did not check out. So one solution dropped out. Let's check the solution x is equal to 32 to see if it's a true solution. So we are going to plug in 32 where we see x. Square root of 3 times square root of 2 times 32 minus 5. Is it equal to square root of 32 minus 5? So square root of 3 times 2 times 32 is 64. So square root of 64 minus 5. Is it equal to 32 minus 5 is square root of 27. Let's look at square root of 27. What is it? Square root of 27. We can write 27 as 3 times 9. We can write this expression as square root of 3 times square root of 9. And we know what square root of 9 is. It is 3. So we can write this as 3 square root of 3. Very good. So let's look on the left. Square root of 3 times square root of 64 is 8. So we have 8 minus 5. Is it equal to 3 square root of 3? So 8 minus 5 is 3, right? So we have 3 square root of 3 equals 3 square root of 3. So it is true. So our solution x equals 32 checks out. So x is equal to 32 is the only true solution. Did this video help you? Smash the like button and consider subscribing, and I will see you next time.